We're back here in 2019 on Real Estate Talk Boston, joined by professional Adriano Varano from the Varano Realty Group in Needham. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me today, Chris.
You're in one of those smoking hot towns. I mean, Needham has really become one of the hottest towns in Eastern Mass.
It is. I think the last 8 to 10 years has really blown up to become one of those towns that has it all. You know, the train, schools, and just very close to the city. It's become very popular, yeah.
And with that being said, it's not that easy to get into price point wise now. I mean, it's to get in under $1 million is not easy.
It's almost impossible, but there are a few things you can get into. But the last, say, 5-7 years, I've seen like houses going from 600 to 900 a million as entry level. So now your entry level is 900 to $1 million, and you know your new construction used to be like 1.3 to 1.5. It's now 1.8 to 2.2. So it's becoming a little challenging, yes, for a lot of buyers, let's say.
Interesting. Yeah. For that buyer who's getting ready to move in 2019, thinking about looking in the Needham area, what are you saying to that person when they realize how tough it is to get in right now?
Well, I'd say first we'll sit down and have a chat and try to make sure there's not a lot of pressure on making this their 30-year house. You know, I'd say a lot of families that come to Needham are coming from the city or relocating here. Just get into the community, and then we'll try to get you 5-7 years later into a house that you really like here, versus just trying to put so much pressure on you finding, you know, the flat lot and the 2-car garage and the central air and your typical, you know, center entrance new colonial that everybody wants. So take a little pressure off. Let's get you into community. Let's get you in the school system. Let's get you near the train, and then after that, we'll find you the second home.
You bring up a great point, and people do this a lot of times on the financing side too. They look at it as a 30-year loan. This is what I'm going to pay over, you know, the 30 years, or I'm going to be in this house forever because they can't see that far in front of them. Both of us being in real estate for a long time, you understand the average life of a home for somebody is, like you said, like 5 to 7.
5 to 7 years, yeah. So I wouldn't put pressure on getting a 30-year mortgage. You talk to your lender, obviously, but 7-1 arms, 10-1 arms. Just get into the house and just figure that out first, and then from there we could try to find something that fits you. If you're going to still stay in the community, people move so much now. I've been through 4 homes in 15 years of marriage, so I've been through 2 homes in Needham already. I was through 2 homes in Waltham, so it's very common that people move. I wouldn't say, you know, the 30-year house where our parents lived in doesn't happen as much anymore. And
it's important to put together that list of what really means the most to you. Some people might want the space and the amenities. Others might want the town for the kids. That definitely plays a role.
Exactly. So just pick the top 5 things. Don't make it a list of 10 or 15 best wishes that you want. Just 5 things. If it's close to center, if it's the amount of space you need, you know, what's if you need 1 level, 2 level, things like that. Those are very important to pick.
With Needham being a tough spot to get into, it seems like Natick is a really solid option for those that might not be able to afford to get into Needham.
I would agree 100%. I think Natick is going to be probably the next best value to buy. They have the train, they have the mall, they have great schools. They have all the schools have been built. The buildings have been done over, like police department, fire department, where Needham has a lot of older schools still. And I think that's going to be a big benefit for a lot of people moving over there. You can still buy there for a new construction, say 1.2 to 1.3, where Needham, they used to be 5-6 years ago. So I would see that in the next 5 years, probably going to be just as expensive as Needham. I'm going to go out on the whim and say that. So
get ahead of it, though. Yeah. You get it a little bit cheaper.
Yes, right now you can.
Yeah. What about 2019 and inventory? It's been an issue in so many towns across the greater Boston area for the past couple of years. Are you seeing it starting to loosen up?
I think this year we'll have probably a little bit more inventory in the spring than we did the previous year. The issue we're having is a lot of families are now coming to us, like a lot of couples between 35 to 45 and moved from South Boston, Charlestown, Back Bay. They had a child living in the townhome or condo they bought. They're coming to the city, so that like the amount of buyers that came back to the burbs went probably up by 20% last year. And then we have relocation families because of the jobs and the business around the Boston area, so that increased the level of buyers we had. We don't have a lot of empty nesters wanting to leave because, you know, it doesn't make a lot of sense for them to sell their $1.5 million house and go buy something else for 1.5 when it's just easier to stay where you are. So to create a kind of a gridlock situation for the listings. I think this spring, due to the economy a little bit and stock market, people are starting to wonder what's going on. Maybe you'll see a lot more of the empty nesters selling this spring than you did last year. So I'll bring in a few more listings, but I don't expect it to be a high listing year again. It'll probably be low inventory again. So get ahead of it if you can.
Keep grinding through, get ahead of it in 2019. Yep. And if you'd like to connect with Adriano and his team, you can check out the Varano realtygroup.com. Thanks for stopping by.
My pleasure.
And remember, we have more tips just like this right here on boston.com.